This group of employees are failing to meet their boss and their own expectations. After recognizing this and being given a hard deadline by their boss, the three employees decide to come together and work their way through this new problem by adhering to the DAPEE model. The DAPEE model is an organizational model made in an effort to provide a reliable 5-step framework for teams to systematically and effectively work towards long-term goals. The name DAPEE is an acronym of each of the steps comprising the framework. The D stands for Define the Project and Goal. The A stands for Analyze the Problem or Task. The P stands for Plan the Solution or Strategy. The first E stands for Execute the Plan. And the last E stands for Evaluate the Outcome. While the steps immediately appear to form a neat linear progression, the DAPEE model isn't purely linear. Sometimes, during the execution phase, you and your team may realize that you need to do more planning before proceeding. Likewise, while forming your plan, you may decide that more analysis is necessary. The first step, Define the Project and Goal, requires teams to break down the task at hand into exact terms, so that way there's no confusion as to what needs to be accomplished moving forwards. Usually, this step is punctuated by a SMART goal that serves to guide the team's future efforts working on the project. SMART, like DAPEE, is an acronym that stands for Specific, Measurable, Attainable, Relevant, and Time-Bounded. In the previous situation, the SMART goal given to our team by the boss was to increase a perceived lack in productivity by creating 3 presentations within the span of a month. Hey everybody, how are we doing?
We're doing well, just working on the next presentation on Friday.
Alright, great. I've got something I want to ask you. Your productivity isn't exactly where we would like it to be right now. And I was hoping you guys could work on that in the future. I'd like for you to make at least 3 more presentations by the end of the month. You think you can do that?
Yep, yeah, we can do that. Sorry about the lack of productivity.
It's okay.
We've noticed that too, but we'll talk about how to improve it.
All right, great. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The third step, Plan the Solution or Strategy, is centered around making a proper plan of action to achieve the group's goals after coming to understand their goals and the deliberations involved. The planning phase is characterized by lengthy brainstorming sessions, wherein group members are encouraged to share their input on how to meet their goals without judgment from their peers. Typically, groups will assign a recorder to write down everybody's ideas during the brainstorming period, so that set ideas can be compared and discussed as the team moves to solidify their plan.
Does anyone have any ideas on how to improve productivity?
I will write down the ideas.
Okay.
I think we could try to setting deadlines for parts of our projects as we are working on them, instead of setting the deadline for the final project.
I like this idea. Maybe we can communicate more about our individual progress, and also we can check each other to keep us accountable.
Yeah, I like that. I think another way we could keep each other accountable is to work on the project together. We can meet up but still work individually in the same room and just ask each other questions and stay on task together to keep us more accountable.
That sound is really helpful for me. I know I'm always more productive when I'm around people.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think that we should meet twice a week so that we can work on it together, and then we can email each other once we finish something on our own.
We have 3 more weeks in a month and 3 presentations we have to do. I think we should meet on Tuesday and Thursday and finish our projects on Fridays.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
Once the team finalizes their plan of action, the next step would be to execute the plan. While this sounds simple, as they've already written down exactly what they want to do, even the best laid plans can be executed poorly. In order to be sure the work gets done and meets group expectations, it's important to establish a well-defined communication structure wherein group members can share their progress and hold each other accountable. Oftentimes, teams will arrange a series of regular meetings where they can come together and report their experiences working towards their goal. When reporting on one's experiences, it's important to be earnest about any difficulties and/or complications one might have had working on the project. Plans can be changed to better accommodate the emergent needs of the team, but only if those needs are expressed. If unaddressed, these problems can greatly inhibit the team's ability to meet their goal, as well as create a much more tense and stressful work environment for everyone involved. A good way to avoid this sort of outcome would be to try to curate a supportive, open work culture that encourages its constituents to share their problems so that their peers can support them. Simple, polite exchanges aren't enough. In order to get the ball rolling, you're going to have to show up and go out of your way to be supportive towards your teammates.
How's everything going with your work?
I'm going well.
Yeah, me too.
In the previous scene, our team of 3 met to share their progress with one another. All of them physically showed up to the meeting, but none of them really showed up for their team. There was a simple, obligatory conversation concerning how things are going for each of them, but none of them really say anything specific or substantial about their deliberations. Each member could be fraught with imperceptible problems hindering their ability to complete their work that'll only continue to stress them out since none of them are aware that any of them need any sort of support. Finally, once the goal has been met and the project has been completed, it's time to step back and evaluate the outcome to see what lessons can be learned from your efforts. While it's tempting to simply disband and move forward after completing a group effort, it's imperative that you really show up one last time and set aside your preconceptions so you can learn something from the experience that you can take with you into the future. Everyone makes mistakes, and the evaluation phase helps you learn from those mistakes so that way you're less likely to repeat them in the future. That said, by no means focus on the negative. The evaluation phase is also a great opportunity to highlight each other's strengths to reinforce conducive behavior demonstrated and celebrate how you all grew over the course of the effort. In the previous scene, our team of 3 came together and evaluated the outcome of their efforts over the last month. While they were successful in the end, it was an incredibly stressful ordeal, as the group's tendencies towards procrastination forced each of them to crunch to meet their deadlines. If any of them had the confidence to share their troubles during one of the previous meetings, they could have identified their shared struggle and worked towards overcoming this bad habit. And yet, they could have identified the issue even sooner if they had not neglected the second step listed in the DAPEE model: analyze the problem or task. The second step, analyze the problem or task, requires that teams stop and assess the situation they're in and how it relates to their goal, so that they can make informed decisions concerning the direction of their efforts. Analytic methods, like the force field analysis method, can play a pivotal role in helping teams understand the situation at hand by giving them the tools to dissect where they are, where they're going, and what's in their way. Had our trio stopped to analyze the core of their problem, bad habits concerning their workflow, they would have been able to angle their approach towards breaking these bad habits instead of inadvertently creating a harmful work culture wherein they're all forced to go through unnecessary hardship out of obligation to meet their boss's expectations. Recognizing this in the end, the group talked it out and learned their lesson in hopes that they wouldn't suffer from the same problems again. Hey guys, thanks for getting the presentations done that I asked for, and great job getting productivity back up. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
will.
We will.
I'm glad that we're doing our presentation in time, but now honestly, I'm stressed with this because I just finished my part close the deadline.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was doing that too, but I was embarrassed to tell you guys that I was procrastinating when we were doing our meetings.
Me too. I was embarrassed that I was procrastinating.
I'll pretty much only do our presentation during our meeting.
I did that too. Now we know we all do this. Maybe we can meet more often and be more open about our struggles.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that I work better when when we meet more often, and I think I'll feel more comfortable sharing my struggles if we are together more.
I know we can get this work done and be more productive, but meeting more often would relieve some of my stress. I think we work better when we are together too.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.